Hi, I'm Max.
And I'm Skyler.
Recently, we decided to start watching Bob's Burgers to see what it was all about.
And it didn't take us long to become completely obsessed with the show.
But one of the things we love the most about the show is the brilliant end credit sequences.
Which is why we created this podcast.
Each week, we're going episode by episode to talk about the elaborate end credits.
We're excited to have you join us right here on Bob's Credits.
We'll make sure that Bob's Burgers end credits get the credit they're due.
All right!
Chip chip-a-roo, Werewolves of London. Chip chip-a-roo.
I love it. I love a theme.
It's hard to ah-oo with a-roo, but I tried.
You did a good job.
I'm no, is it Warren Zevon who sings that song? She's shrugging at me. I'm pretty sure it's Warren Zevon. Chip chipper boo?
Love it.
Chip chipper boo, everyone. We are here for a Halloween episode.
It's also spooky season.
We're recording in spooky season. You're listening in spooky season.
One of the best Halloween episodes.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Maybe.
Absolutely. Well, go listen to our Halloween ranking over on Patreon.
Yeah.
Already getting that Patreon in there. Patreon.com/Bob's Credits.
It's so early. Max and I were just talking about like personal life drama. And I was just saying like, I'm so angsty now. And I was like, let's record with some angst.
Yeah, she put on a black shirt and a black choker, and she's
I was
feeling
like,
very
come on, Max.
Teenage witchy.
Wanna walk my ass to class, Max?
Wow. I guess.
Is that what she says to Jimmy Jr.?
Yeah, something like that.
It's so good.
But before we get into all that, we mentioned Patreon. We have a couple of new patrons to burger pun their names.
Let's do it.
First up, we have Nicole Trujillo. Nicole, moving forward, you will be known as the Pickle Blue Pio Burger.
Oh, wow.
It's a
Tell
burger,
me about it.
Yeah, it's a burger topped with pickles, blue cheese, and a pea guacamole.
Oh, I've seen that before.
Yeah, it's a fancy thing.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Thank you so much,
Thank
Nicole.
you.
And we also have to burger pun April Kissel's name. April reached out to me and asked if her burger could be vegetarian.
Love it. Love
so
a request.
I did the best that I could. And April Kissel, you will now be known as the Graperl Swissel Veggie Burger.
All right. Not vegan, but you got the vegetarian.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, it could be like a grape jam kind of situation.
With some Swiss cheese on a veggie burger of sorts?
Yeah, like that sweet and savory.
Could be an Impossible Burger if they want to sponsor us.
Be a lentil burger.
Beyond Burger if they want to sponsor us. Can you hear us out there? Thank you so much to the two of you. If you out there would like to have your name burger punned on the show, you know what to do. Go over to patreon.com/Bob's Credits, subscribe to the correct tier, and you get that as well as all sorts of other fun things like the episode we mentioned, all other sorts of bonus episodes.
We have Halloween trivia either up there right now, play along.
Early access to merch, discounted merch, that kind of thing.
Discord. It's just a party.
It's a good time over there. It's a good time.
All right. Tell me that you have spooky themed something for me.
Oh, of course I do.
Okay. Fantastic.
Okay. You want to play a little Bob Pun or Max Pun?
I do.
Okay. Well, last Halloween season, we did Bob Pun or Max Pun, and there were spooky burgers.
How did you remember that?
Because I did not start doing like non-burger puns until very recently. So we definitely didn't do it last year.
Okay.
So this year, we are going to do pest control trucks, but it's all spooky themed.
And I have to say this every Halloween episode. Bob's Burgers, why haven't you done my Texas Chainsaw Massacre van?
Yeah.
For a Halloween episode.
Skyler's brilliant pun that she came up with, and she keeps pushing it, and they never take it.
Because they don't listen.
We've had a few seasons now where they could have taken that one and used it.
The evidence is here.
Go back a couple seasons to our Halloween episodes. Skyler's been pushing for this for a while now.
And I'm not sure when this episode will air, but we have a season 13 Halloween episode coming up. I'm very excited.
We do, yeah.
Yes.
But let's get into these pest control truck puns, Skyler.
Let's do it.
Are you ready?
Yes.
Your first pun is, that's all, folks. Exterminators.
Oh my gosh, it's like the staircase. They needed bats all, folks.
Oh, yeah.
If you guys watch the staircase or well, I don't know if it's in the documentary, but in the HBO staircase, there's bats in the attic.
If you've ever wanted to see Toni Collette with is it a flamethrower? What does she put, like a
No, it's a vacuum.
Oh, a vacuum in her bra going to take out bats.
It's like a very feminist moment, I feel like. Anyway, I love that. Max?
Bob.
Darn.
Your next pun is, the bugs are coming from inside the house.
Bob's.
Yes. Your next pun is, Boll Weevil dead.
I don't even get that.
Evil dead.
Oh.
And boll
Max.
weevils are a type of insect.
Max.
Yes.
What the heck is a boll weevil?
It's I mean, you're from the South. I feel like they're common in the South.
Can I have a visual aid, please?
You're welcome to like Google it over there if you
Y'all,
want.
I am looking up.
They're a type
boll
of
weevil.
insect. Isn't there like a song about boll weevils?
Hold on, I'm trying to talk. What? What? Boll weevil. Ew, it's a boll, like a BOLL weevil.
Boll Weevil is a traditional blues song also known as Boll Weevil Blues.
Oh, boll weevil is a beetle that feeds on cotton buds and flowers. This podcast is truly educational.
We're in the middle of the puns here.
Okay, sorry.
Okay, let's finish this up here. And your final pun, finally, is icy dead beetle.
Bob's.
Max.
Okay, I thought it was you, but I was like, how have they never done that? So then I was like, okay. That was really, really good. And
I don't
a perfect
think they've
Halloween
done
one.
it.
Yeah, I know.
I like
There's
to think that I
always-
can check that they have, especially the Halloween ones, because those are kind of like limited. But if they have done it, I did not know that they have done it. But
We believe you.
You know, yeah.
We boll weevil you.
Should we get into this
You're
episode?
not even going to listen to that pun.
You bow weave.
I said
me?
we believe you. We boll weevil
Boll
you.
weave. We boll weave you. Boll weave.
Okay, I was just looking for like a
I
pat
bel-
on the back.
I believe
not
in you.
a correct.
Okay, it's time. We've for those of you who are still with us, Skyler.
All right, how about some Skyler Sides, the fun facts before the fun facts?
Dish it, ghoul.
Oh, that was good.
Yeah,
That
I came
was
up with that
good.
all by myself and not with you telling me to do it beforehand.
Okay, by the way, any pun I come up with, I learned from this man. He has taught me, he has been the punniest man I've ever met. It's why I fell in love with him.
Oh, thank you.
8 years ago, way before we started watching Bob's, this man was a pun machine, and his art form has just seeped into me.
You know, some people will say that puns are the lowest form of comedy, but
Yes.
as Bob's Burgers has taught me, it is the apex, if you ask me.
All right, so I am doing something a little bit different for Skyler Sides. These fun facts are supposed to be facts that are about the show, not the particular episode. But I asked you last night if you found this fun fact, and you said no. So I am actually going to do an episode-specific fact for this because you did the fun fact this week.
Oh, interesting.
This is super fun. Go get your printers out, because when the Bob's Burgers fam released this episode, they also released an actual burger stencil that you can print out, tape onto your pumpkins, and carve Bob's Burger on your own pumpkins. So we will link to that stencil in the show notes. It's perfect timing. Go print it out and have a Bob's Burgers themed Halloween.
Yes, please post it to your Instagram or your Instagram stories and tag us at Bob's Credits.
If they actually print it out
If
and
you
buy a
do
pumpkin.
it on a
and-
pumpkin, yes.
Yeah.
And we will share it. We want to see those. Should we get into the episode?
Let's do it.
Skyler, can we have the title and synopsis for Season 7, Episode 3, please?
My pleasure. The title is Tina Witch. In this iconic Halloween episode, Tina is determined to win the costume contest after Tammy steals her idea. And so she turns to witchcraft, only to be cursed herself by Jackie, the crossing guard. Meanwhile, someone keeps stealing Bob's Burgo lanterns. Who could it be and why?
This episode came out on October 23rd, 2016. It was written by Holly Schlesinger and directed by Chris Song.
Another dream team.
You know what? Something just popped in my head as you mentioned Jackie the Crossing Guard, who we'll talk about, but we did over on Patreon we do a draft series where we draft Bob's Burgers characters for a certain theme, and we create these two teams, and whoever has the better team for that theme, our patrons get to vote on it. We did an 80s slasher cast, like slasher movie film cast, and none of us picked Jackie for anything. I feel like she would have fit in as a villain of some sort, or...
I did pick Jackie for our very first draft, which was Desert Island.
Uh-huh.
The premise was like, we had to draft a team of Bob's Burgers characters who would survive the best on the island, and I picked Jackie because I was like, witchcraft would be great if you were in a lost situation.
Now, had we just watched Teen Witch, did that influence you in that situation? It might have.
I don't know. Probably.
Yeah.
Probably, yeah.
So let's talk about this episode a little bit. Tell me about it. You said it's one of your favorite Halloween episodes.
I said it was iconic.
Yeah.
I'd be curious to go back and listen to our ranking of the Halloween episodes, because there's a lot I like. Obviously, The Haunting is still my favorite, but this follows up The Haunting, right? In terms of Halloween episodes.
Yeah.
I think it's really, really strong. Y'all know I love a Tina-centric episode, and let's be real. Your girl loves some witchcraft, some, now I know the title is Tina Witch, but I was just thinking before we started recording, it definitely has some the craft vibes, right?
Oh, totally.
Okay, if you've never seen The Craft, you're missing out. You get 90s, angsty, teen girls, witchcraft, fall. Go watch it.
It's a great Halloween time movie. It's, you get a little Nev Campbell action outside of another horror Scream Queen, but in a different
Tina
movie.
And her, right?
Yeah. And the title is a parody of the 1989 film Teen Witch, which Skyler, as of this recording, has not seen, but will maybe have seen by the time it's posted, because it's in we like to watch all sorts of Halloween horror and type movies
during October.
So Teen Witch is on our list for sure.
It is.
Oh my God.
Because I need to watch
80s.
this.
It's so great. Yeah.
So I love this episode. I find Mr. Ambrose really, really funny. I think Tina, when she gets her bad girl confidence, is just the best. I love her choker. And I love the hot mess idea. And then we go to the B story, and it's such a nice, quiet, perfect Bob B story. He gets obsessed with who's stealing his pumpkins. He keeps carving the pumpkins. Him sitting outside waiting to see who steals his pumpkin, and he goes to get the salt. He has this little armchair pulled up to the window. I find hysterical.
It's the same exact beats as Turkey in a Can, honestly.
Yes.
He's waiting. He keeps making these pumpkins, like he keeps making these turkeys, and he's trying to catch whoever is responsible for stealing the pumpkins, just like someone is stealing those turkeys and putting them in the toilet.
I didn't even think about that.
But it still works, and it's still funny, and it's still a mystery, and you're still trying to figure it out, and it's fun, especially the reveal that it's Mr. Fischoeder swinging by in his little golf cart, just swooping them up.
It's hysterical.
And for the brief moment that Bob is away from the window, he's able to get there and just pick it up, and he's building Jack-O-Land and trying to profit, of course.
Of course. That reveal is hysterical to me. It was the first time. It is every time. His weird, Mr. Fischoeder's weird sense about how the world works, because he's clearly grown up so privileged, is delightful in a weird way. Yeah, so what did you think overall strokes about Like, is this one of your favorites?
Are you saying like Halloween or all time, or it's
Just
both?
how do you feel in
Both.
general?
It's up there. Like, I love both storylines. I'm so entertained. We love it so much that we have 2 designs in our Halloween merchandise
that are inspired by it.
Yeah, we have a Jack-o'-land design, and we have a Tina Witch design with the Book of Spells. You can go check those out now.
They're up there.
They're on our merch store, bobscredits.com/shop.
Halloween. Or look for the Halloween.
Look for the Halloween. It's limited time. You know, it's going to go away after Halloween. But yeah, if you're interested in that. But yeah, we love this episode. I love Mr. Ambrose. As you said, Billy Eichner is back, and Mr. Ambrose is such a little bastard. All the time. Every episode he's in, he's always causing trouble. He's always a bad influence. I love that he kind of like is like convincing Tina that Jackie is a witch, which we may or may not be. You think she is? Yeah.
One of my favorite lines he says is that Jackie was part of their like witch group and she wouldn't help pay for the pizza. I just thought that detail was so specific and funny.
I want to see kind of a well, I think Mr. Ambrose keeps himself out of the drama and just gets other people to cause drama.
Oh, totally.
But I would like to see a Mr. Ambrose Jackie kind of like battle.
Oh, totally.
She would destroy him.
Yeah, she's a witchy woman, which is actually what the t-shirt design I made says. Because, y'all, when I say I want to channel some angsty craft bad Tina situations, I mean it.
This is, yeah, that's the vibe she's going for. Jackie, by the way, is voiced by Betsy Sidaro, who is one of those ones you'd recognize if you saw her.
It's a fantastic episode. It has a lot of iconic images and moments. One of my favorite things is that we end the episode on the B story, actually. We get to see Jack-o'-land, and it is sparkly and beautiful.
And overpriced.
And overpriced.
At least for pumpkin photos.
Yes. Well,
we'll hear that at the end. It's the last moment before the end credits.
But it's like, it's a really nice family moment that makes you feel all warm inside, and it's very like holiday and lights everywhere. I also have to say that I didn't realize it at first, but the fall foliage in this episode is chef's kiss. I love when Bob's does this.
Yeah, it definitely gives you the October vibes.
I actually have a few other things that I liked. Do you want me to go over them, or are you ready to move on?
No, go over them.
So Linda has this storytelling segment, and I'm not going to talk about it, but in it, it's like her vision, and Bob's locking up the restaurant. He has the cutest little burger keychain.
Oh, yeah.
I need it.
Yeah.
It's so cute.
In fact, well, I'll get a screen grab of it and put it on our socials if you want to go look at it right now.
It's so cute.
Yeah, I'm sure someone has it out there, some Etsy designer or something. You can get the little burger.
Yeah, totally. Also, I think we have an unintentional plant of a plot point. So Linda talks about how people called her like poopy stain or poop stain in this episode. And then we flash forward seasons and seasons, I think to season 12, and she shares that whole childhood story where she's over at a friend's house and she has to go to the bathroom.
The pumpkining, right? That one?
Yes. I think I don't know. Is it the pumpkining?
I think it is.
So I'm wondering if those two can actually connect in the world.
We'll have to go look at it.
Yeah. And then one last thing, because I thought it was so brilliant, especially for my little Texas heart, Mr. Ambrose calls Tina Goth Brooks. And if that isn't the perfect pun, I don't know what is. And I kind of want to like make merch that's like a silhouette of Tina with her choker on and like Garth Brooks's cowboy hat. Like no one would get it except me, but I feel like I need it in my life.
I love it. And I love how, like I said, especially the Halloween episodes are so pun heavy.
Yeah.
Obviously with all sorts of like, we get the hot mess, we get sandwich. Speaking of those costumes, we get little flashbacks of the previous costume contests, like where Louise dresses as Mr. Frond, which is hilarious.
Iconic.
And what did she say? Like, council.
Yeah.
It's not even that bad, but it's still funny. So Tina's costumes in the previous contests are a zombie Little Bo Peep,
Yep.
Captain Kangaroo, but like an actual kangaroo with a captain's hat,
Oh, yeah.
and Liberace.
I was like, I guess Liberace. I couldn't figure out the Captain Kangaroo in the moment. But then I was trying to think, I thought Liberace was a pun.
I thought it was like a sand crab or something like that.
You thought Liberace was a sand crab?
Yeah.
How?
It was like a weird design. I don't know.
Oh,
The
yes.
big, like, it looked like, she's had a
see
thing with
that.
sand crabs in the past before, and it just kind of like,
Yeah.
or maybe like a jellyfish. I don't know. It looked like some kind of sea creature to me.
Puts two things together. So Liberace. Or
Oh,
something.
there you go. She did it. Maybe that's what it is.
I don't know.
That's brilliant, Skyler. And you think I'm the pun master.
The student has become the master.
Let me go through some more fun facts I have for you here. Script cover. We love talking about the script cover. Tony Gennaro draws them all for the cast and crew. This script cover is one of my favorites, actually. It's a parody of Bewitched. So like the witch riding
The broom.
the broom through like the title.
Mm-hmm.
And it's Tina as the witch.
That is so adorable.
Yeah, that's also up on our Instagram. And Bewitch is also referenced kind of indirectly when Louise tells Tina to just wiggle her nose if
Can't
she
you
needs
fix
to.
this?
Yeah.
Also, speaking of movie references, I really think when Tina is like sitting on the floor with the spell book and candles surrounding her when Linda smells something burning, I feel like that's a very The Craft image there.
Definitely.
Yeah.
There's a lot of that in The Craft. That's very light as a feather, stiff as a board scene.
Yes.
Wow, you really make me want to watch The Craft.
I mean, I'd rewatch it.
Okay, let's do it. The only other fun fact I have for you is that the photographer who was seen with Fischoeder, I guess at Jack-O-Land, is the same photographer who is snapping pictures of Jimmy Pesto and Bye Bye Boo Boo and Bob in his fantasy and Glued Where's My Bob. So there must be like a go-to photographer in the town. Yeah.
That's interesting. I thought in Glued Where's My Bob that it was the magazine's
in
photographer.
his fantasy.
Oh,
in
his
the fantasy. So
this
is clearly a photographer Bob seen in the town, and it's in his fantasy. He's like, oh, of course this photographer is going to come take a picture of me. Yeah.
I love that.
And I don't know if that's like a continuity thing, or it's just like we have this one character who we've used, and it's easy to put them in for the photographer.
Whatever it is, I love it.
It works, though.
I love that. Before we go to the end credits, I just wanted to remind everyone of like this teeny tiny runner that's going to be important to the end credits. So there's this bicyclist who keeps getting in the way of our characters in this episode. Tina almost walks into this biker. He calls her ma'am, and she's like, I'm 13. please don't call me ma'am. When Jimmy's like yelling at Pesto because he's like, you did this with my pumpkins. They almost have a collision.
Jimmy's yelling at Pesto?
When Bob's yelling at Pesto. Words are just like so hard sometimes. All right. So I just wanted to remind everyone of that because it's important.
There's a great moment now. You just reminded me of Jimmy Pesto and Trev that I loved, but I can't remember what it was now.
Oh, the mental health line?
Oh, the mental health line was so funny.
It was really funny. What was that laugh?
They were making fun of Bob, and then Trev said something about mental health or like his mental illness, and Bob, and then Jim's like, no, don't say mental illness. Now it's like not fun. What are you talking about? Yeah. Why'd you have to say mental illness? We don't do it justice, but should we get in the end credits?
Let's do it.
Okay. So the last moment, as we said, the Belchers are at Jack-O-Land. Mr. Fischoeder has revealed that the kids can take a picture with Bob's pumpkins that he's made for $5, and the kids want to do it. Let's listen to Bob's reaction.
Linda, I mean, you're going to hear it, but Linda's line is hysterical.
Well, also we get a joke at the end because Mr. Fischoeder briefly revealed that he also does the same thing with bikes in the neighborhood. He thinks the bikes that are left out are for him.
And I have it on my list right here. You can see it right here, bottom point. I love that Teddy is nowhere to be seen in this episode except for this last moment.
He's been busy.
He's been busy
running around collecting bikes.
Let's watch.
I'm not paying for a picture of you with my jack-o'-lanterns.
Come on, Bob. It's Halloween.
Fine.
All right. Where do you want these bikes, Mr. Fischoeder?
Around the back, Freddy.
You got it.
Good man. Teddy. His name's Teddy.
What an ending. I have to say that we did like an Ask Us stuff on our Instagram, which we do every now and then.
That's the official title.
Ask Us stuff.
Ask Us stuff.
Ask Us stuff. Someone asked us to like rank our favorite characters, or like what are like our top 3, and we did end up doing like top 5. And if you had asked me a year ago, 2 years ago, Mr. Fischoeder would not be in my top 5. He has worked his way into my top 5. He might work his way into my top 3, honestly.
He's the best.
Yeah. And I do have to say, tell me about these end credits, Skyler. After we get that great moment with Teddy, we get Bob saying that his name's Teddy.
We hear this like grunge rock music, I guess you would say.
Yeah.
Very, maybe The
Metal?
Craft. Yeah.
Yeah.
Angst.
Like maybe like Rob Zombie-esque
Sure.
would seem appropriate.
Yeah. And then we get Mr. Fischoeder on his cute little Wonder Wharf golf cart go-kart thing. And he is driving to the right of the screen, and the black and white sidewalk background is passing him really fast. So it looks like he's going really fast. And he is just scooping up pumpkins as this music plays.
Yeah. And I remember seeing these end credits the first time we watched this. And I wasn't that big of a fan of Mr. Fischoeder at this point. And when these credits came up, I was disappointed.
Really?
Because we had this great story with Tina, and it was all of a sudden Mr. Fischoeder's end credits. But spoiler alert, my views have changed. But let's watch a little bit more and listen a little bit more, because we get a little song here too.
Witchy, pumpkin snatchy. Witchy, cursed by Jackie.
He's just continuing to drive down this on the sidewalk, and he is scooping up these pumpkins and adding them to his golf cart, his pumpkin collection. And we actually see Teddy driving on the street in the opposite direction with his truck full of bikes.
Hysterical. So funny.
So this could be a different day. This could be briefly before the moment we all just saw before the end credits.
I like to think he's just continuing.
Yeah,
They're just continuing.
Yeah, he's slowly building Jack-O-Land.
Mm-hmm. And then he passes 2 kids here. I just want to say that this shirt, this skeleton shirt, is actually seen at the Halloween costume worn by someone in the audience.
Oh, okay. It must be a common one they pull up for background.
Yeah. Halloween.
And the girl is dressed as like a cat?
Maybe this is Halloween Day then.
It could be. We could be on Halloween, yeah.
Witchy, eating candy.
So right during that witchy eating candy was the lyric, he drives by Bob's.
And scoops up not a jack-o'-lantern, but a Virgo-lantern.
Yeah. Love
Virgo-lantern, yeah.
Yeah, I love that little detail.
Witchy, jack-o'-lantern.
And then what else did we get there?
I did not catch this the first time we watched these credits.
It's so fun.
As he drives by the property next to Bob's,
Yeah,
and it has the
retail space available sign.
Yeah, which I love that. I don't know. It was just like a nice wink to just the show in general. There is the biker that I mentioned from the runner, and he is explaining something to a police officer. What's your theory? What's happening here?
Probably almost hit something or got hit by something.
It comes in threes, right?
Yeah.
Now, is he complaining to the cop that it's like, these pedestrians are crazy and they're in my way? Or is he a bad biker?
And the cop had enough.
Yeah.
It looks like the biker is looking a little ashamed.
Yeah.
So maybe someone called the kind of like the cops.
Yeah.
On this biker, and the cops asking just for some information, or he's even writing a ticket.
It looks like ashamed. The police officer is taller than him, kind of towering over him. I'm going to go on a rant for a second.
Oh, I love this.
I love bikers because y'all are just, saving the environment. I love all humans. in Los Angeles,
Oh, God. Here we go.
bikers hate drivers, yet they do, and I understand that because it's very easy to like whip your door open. Like it's just, bike lanes in Los Angeles are just like honestly terrifying. So bikers hate drivers and get so angry if drivers aren't perfect, which I understand because there's like serious injury at stake. I understand that. But they don't follow traffic rules.
One of my biggest pet peeves in the world is that bikers don't stop at stop signs.
You're
And
all
I'm like, why not? Why not stop at a stop sign?
or
And-
lights sometimes.
Yeah.
It's like it's driving in LA is really hard. There's a lot of blind spots. Everyone needs to obey the rules. Okay, rant
That's
over.
very, very not the craft of you.
I like to
We
think
don't
they'd
obey
agree.
the rules in this household.
I'm going to put a curse on bikers and make them behave very well, and drivers too.
What a witch. What a
What
witch
a
you are.
witch.
You're going to make everyone behave well. Let's finish up these credits.
Witchy, witchy. Witchy, witchy.
He keeps driving by and keeps scooping up pumpkins, and we see a little like kid. It must be Halloween Day.
Yeah, I think
in
so.
like a witch mask or like a monster mask.
If we're going to say that this is Halloween Day, which it absolutely looks like, this is clearly after Jack-O-Land. So Mr. Fischoeder has not learned his lesson that you actually aren't supposed to steal pumpkins, which makes it even more funny.
Yeah, or he just doesn't care.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to grab screenshots of every like character that he drives by in these end credits and have them posted on Instagram. So those are up there now
Fun.
too. I love giving future Max work because it's so funny when I say it now, it's so easy, you know?
Yeah.
But then when I'm editing these episodes, I'm like, God, I hate you.
I know. I
I
come
hate
in
you.
and I'm
I
like,
hate you,
are you
past
almost
Max."
done? And you're like, oh, I have to grab this and that. And I'm like, I can do it. And you're like, no, it's fine.
Yeah. You know what? Sometimes I guess it's present Max.
Mm-hmm.
It's future Max currently, but while I'm editing, it's present Max in the
Yes.
present. And sometimes present Max likes to edit out past Max.
Oh.
So if past Max has given future Max a task, present Max takes care of that for future Max.
But you can't do that in real life with me.
No, I can't.
I
But I
bet you
can do it
wish.
for you on this podcast.
Okay.
If you ever want.
Oh my God,
if
you're
you ever
all
want
powerful.
me to take care of future Skyler.
Okay. You're going to take care of me?
You never know.
Oh,
It is a
yay.
Halloween episode. Okay, how do we end those end credits, Skylar?
On the sidewalk, going in the opposite direction, a sandwich, huge fluffy pieces of bread, a witch hat poking out, flies by on a broomstick. Very reminiscent of Bewitched a little bit. You can't see Tina's face, but maybe this is a wink to that her curses have worked if she can fly.
Yeah, I mean, up until this point, this seemed like it was a real scenario.
Yeah, that's true.
This is also the one thing that gets Mr. Fischoeder's attention, too. He's like driving by all these things. He doesn't care. He's just going for the pumpkins. But when the flying sandwich goes by, he looks back and
Oh,
follows
I
it
didn't notice
briefly.
that. That's
Yeah.
fun.
I love that little
Oh, it's so
addition
good.
to it.
It's the perfect end.
Do you want to hear all the witchy lyrics?
Yes, please.
It's witchy, pumpkin snatchy, witchy, cursed by Jackie, witchy, eatin' candy, witchy, Jack-O-Landy.
Perfect. It says the whole episode in like 4 sentences.
It's great. Highlights, lowlights.
I love all of it. Like I said earlier, this reveal about Jack-O-Land and how weird Fischoeder's ideas about pumpkins are was so hysterical to me that this is automatically, I am just delighted when these credits come up. And then you have the music, which is angsty and grungy and funny, and I love that. And then I love when they do like a little nod to the smallest plot. So the biker's hysterical. Tina just is the cherry on top of this Halloween episode. Teddy's hysterical. I love these.
I do too. And like I said, I'm glad I am going to get to score them I'm glad that present Max gets to score them and not past Max gets to score them.
Me too.
Because present Max appreciates them much more than past Max.
Do you have
did.
any highlights that I didn't cover?
My highlights are the little appearances as he's driving through the town. It just feels like I love driving through this town. I love this town and seeing these characters. And I love that we get specific characters and specific things from the episode and just random characters too. It's just, it gives a real feel that he's actually driving through the streets of Seymour Bay.
Yes, it's honestly a little bit like opening Hocus Pocus. Like, everyone's
The hanging?
The hanging?
Well, Hocus Pocus starts with some hangings. It's
no, I'm
very
talking
dark.
about the start of the new town he moves to.
Yeah.
Max. Is his name Max? Is the dog's name Max?
No. There's a dog in that? You're thinking about Thackeray Binks?
No. The lead guy.
I think it is Max.
Yeah, I think it is Max too.
If you want your character in your movie to be like the best, you name him Max.
There's so many characters named Max. Okay, and a lot of dogs too.
It used to be a big dog. The dog in Little Mermaid was named Max. I remember that when I was a kid. I was like, yeah, this dog is named after me. That's pretty cool.
That is cool.
Should we score him?
I'm ready.
I am too. We score on a scale of 1 to 10 H's at the end of Tina's
I give them a 10.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm not going to give them a 10, but I'm going to give them a 9.5.
Wow.
No, I'm going to give them a 9.75.
Wow. So you like these better than last week? The C.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I definitely do. Like, again, I do.
Out.
I love everything we mentioned. I love the music. I love the lyrics. I love watching Fischoeder do his thing. I love the little appearances we get. It's just a good time. I love seeing the town, and I love Halloween.
This is, I think, like this moment right here is the start of our spooky season.
This is it?
This is it.
Okay. Those were the end credits to Tina Witch. What else? Is there anything else we got to do? Go get that,
our
that
merch is,
Halloween merch is, yeah.
Should we
keep talking about each other? Go get that Halloween merch. It's limited time.
That's what I was going to say.
Yeah.
All right, y'all. Go shop.
bobscredits.com/shop. Be witchy.
Halloween tab. We love y'all.
Anything else you want to say?
Stay spooky.
Love it.